Tedi Unscripted. Today I thought I'd try something kind of new, kind of interesting, kind of a throwback if you're an original Brooklyn Cafe fan. We used to do Artist of the Week, and it's something that's really helped me while I've been in quarantine. It's something that still gets me out, even though I can't go outside, I still get to feel that new breath and inspiration from people. And that is looking at art. Specifically, I love social media artists, the ones who are still trying to get out there, trying to get their name out. And now that they're stuck at home, they're creating a lot more amazing art they would have never had time to. So I messaged a bunch of social media artists to see if I could have their permission to promote their art, show it, talk about it. One of the responses I got was from Tankage Art or Alexander McWhirter, and I did get his permission, I promise. And I have a statement from him and some of his art pieces that I'd really like to share with you guys because, I don't know, they make me feel stuff in a time when all you feel is a little nervous. And I know Freddie has some of them loaded up that I wanted to go through. Yes, okay, cool. I'm so glad this worked. So this one, he doesn't name all of his... Oh, that's so weird. It's on the opposite side of me. He doesn't name all of his pieces, and a lot of them I got off his social media mentions, so I don't have all the information from them. But this was one of my favorites. We have my absolute favorite coming up soon. But this one is one of the ones that, for me, I don't always feel a certain way. I'm not a person who gets a lot of chills when I look at art. This one reminded me a lot of kind of the Truman Show, very we live in a simulation type, you know, the crazy conspiracy theories. And I don't know, this one made me feel that weird way, especially now during that this is a virus. It seems crazy. It seems like we're in a movie. And to see, by the way, he is a Photoshop artist. Before I go on about how much of a dork I am as a fan of his, I want to read the statement he gave me. So, Alexander McWhirter was born in 1995 in Pennsylvania. He goes by Tankus. He is a young, aspiring visual artist that captivates his audience by creating surreal digital art and manipulations. Tankus started his works about 5 years ago as a graphic designer. Experimenting with Photoshop, he gained knowledge through the years to create his own style of art. And he describes himself as he says all the time, he's a black Photoshop artist. And I say that specifically because a lot of his art is specifically people of color. And I have a few coming up too that, I mean, you just see them and they're out of the world. I believe this is, sorry, it's really weird. It's on the other side of me. This is one of his older pieces. He had a really big science phase that he went through with a lot of astronauts, we'll see, a lot of I can't think of the word, like neon retro colors. So I like this one as the simulation one. I think it really speaks to the times of what is real, nothing's real, there's a glitch in the system type thing. Yeah, let's see what one is up next. Oh, okay, so this is Phobophobia. Phobophobia, I believe it's called. And this one is one of the other ones that freaked me when I first saw it. Because again, I'm not that type of person to get chills and really feel something when I look at art. This one freaked me out. This one, you look at it and Tankus has a real knack at just absolutely like putting emotion and making you feel everything in his art. And this one to me is pure fear. I'm not afraid of the ocean. That's not one of mine. But seeing the hand reach up from the bottom ocean, sorry, I'm like staring at it in the screen. Seeing the hand reaching up as if it's drowning from the bottom ocean, going to the top ocean where you just see bodies like there's a shark underneath it. Ooh, this one was really one of the ones that I saw it on Twitter and my whole body tensed up. I believe phobophobia he described as a fear of having a fear, or your biggest fear is fear itself. And again, it's something that in this time when we're all afraid, we're all unsure of what's going on, it's that same sort of feeling as someone who would be afraid of the water. There's something under you, there's something over you, you don't know what's happening. It's that same tightness in your chest that I see here, and I found that he really embodied it super well. He made it something that is understandable yet still has the surrealist qualities. And yeah, also I have Freddie, one of us, has his name and Twitter account below. Please go check him out. He is mostly on social media. He does sell a lot of his art. I really want one of the canvases of one of the pictures coming up next. But yeah, and please, by the way, I don't know if I said this, I really would love this to be an interactive show. Leave comments below saying which one your favorite picture is, how the pictures make you feel, anything like that, because I want to have a conversation with you guys. But the next picture, I'm going way too fast for this. I'm just so excited. Oh, okay, so this is, again, wrong side. This is one of the ones I was talking about where a lot of his pictures portray people of color, specifically Black men and women. He's going through a flower right now. He's going through a lot of flowers, and he's doing a lot of the glitchy rainbows. This is one of his flower pieces, and it, to me, is pure beauty. This is beauty growing from within. This is in your mind, behind the face. Your face is, visual beauty, but what lies behind it, the mind, the heart, the feelings. I may be looking way too into this, and if I am, it's just because I'm a real dork for his art, but this one is another one. It didn't so much give me chills and feelings as it was just a wow, that is gorgeous, that is, I don't know, it's meaningful, and it reminds you that there's beauty behind the eyes, looks aren't everything. I know I haven't really been doing all that much to keep up with how I look during the quarantine. I'm more worried about staying safe than I am doing my hair and makeup every day. And it reminds you that visual beauty isn't the only thing that matters. And sometimes you really need that. Sometimes you really need something. You can hear my mother yelling in the background. She's not thrilled that I'm working from home today. But you really need something to remind you that no matter what you look like, although this person is gorgeous in the first place, but no matter how you look like or feel or anything, you have beauty within you. And as long as you're a good person, it kind of sprouts out like a flower. And like I said, I might be taking this a little too literally or seriously. It's just a beautiful piece of art. And it's all Photoshopped, which is insane to me. For some reason, it's more insane that it's Photoshopped than he would just draw it. Because paintings, you're just, oh, this is what I want. Photoshop is a true art of you have to take something that's already given to you, manipulate it, and then try and edit it, create it into something that you want. So this was, I believe, I don't know, wrong side, it's super weird, a picture of someone, pictures of flowers. I don't know if he drew or painted any of it, if it was all photo manipulated. I think it was all manipulated. Absolutely amazing. You can zoom in on it, and there's such detail in her face opening up, the shadows, the flowers, everything's in that tone. It just, I don't know, it speaks to you. I just love art. This is what I've been doing to break the quarantine. And I think my favorite one is the next one coming up. Maybe. Maybe not. Yes. Okay. So the next two are my favorites. This one freaked me out. Wrong side. This one freaked me out because I have always said, and I have a mantra that I say when I meditate, that we're all stardust. Scientifically, the basic components of your molecular makeup are stardust. We are made of the same things that stars are. And that comes from, science background and the Big Bang and how the universe and life was created. And to see it put like this, I'm not sure if this is what he wanted to be. I believe the caption that came with it was something about crying into the universe. But when I looked at this, I saw pure, you are the universe. And it was another one like the flower one where it reminds me, personally, that you matter so much, and things that can seem so big right now are so small in the universe, but also you seeming so small is the entire universe. And it's just a very cool dichotomy. I think that's the correct word. I might be wrong. Between someone crying, you can see in their pupil like a planet, I believe Earth, in their eyes, crying stardust. And I don't know, this one's really hard for me to put into words, but I really wanted to put it out there because it's truly, genuinely one of my favorites that I just look at. It doesn't look real, but it looks so real at the same time. Yeah, I don't have that many words about this one except for, wow. And the next one coming up, I believe, is my favorite one of all, and I keep saying that because I keep waiting for it to come up. But, yes. This one was part of, Tankage did a series where this isn't quite the rainbow glitch effect that he's doing a lot right now, but it was another series similar to that where it was a lot of statues of the Venus Aphrodite and this person who I don't know who they are, but just this cool effect of you can see pain in their face. To me, it looks like pain, sadness, struggle, but they're around a bust. It looks like a Roman bust of one of the Roman emperors on this beautiful, I believe it's a Corinthian pedestal. The rainbow of it. It's just a very I keep saying cool. I'm sorry. I'm not an art critic, if you can't tell. I'm just someone who's really excited about this. It's a very cool direction, I guess, between the two. I don't know the word I'm trying to think of, where you see someone who's in pain, they're crying, they're sad, they're worried, some type of emotion, but then bright, pretty rainbows slashing through everything. At the bottom, you see some flowers. You see just like a very powerful statue looking back up at the person who is feeling these emotions. And again, like I said, his art features a lot of people of color, which is always really cool to see because there are a lot of people of color, or like artists of color out there. I unfortunately don't get to see a lot of them. I'm trying to get into it, into the social media artists. I want to see more of the representation that I know is out there. So he was one of the first artists that I saw that really put that out there. I love the detail it puts into it. We can still see the shadows and the freckles on the person's cheeks. You can see still their hair texture, but the cheeks and the side of the nose, the forehead are completely blanked out by the rainbows. And it just looks like something slashing through to me. It looks very emotional. I don't know, it's a cool one. It's something that it feels dragged down. And again, it's something that during quarantine, it made me feel something that I felt like if I went to an art museum, I'd be staring at this one, trying to figure out, why do I like this so much? What is it about this? But being able to sit on my computer, on my phone, on Twitter and look at it, it's something that I'm like, wow, that, again, why do I like it? What is it about it that it's making me feel this way? And why can't I stop thinking of it? I don't know. And I hope, I can't really see Facebook comments right now. I'm going to try and log on so I can see. Please, I'd love to have a discussion with you guys. I would love to see if you think the same way, if you're like, you're looking too much into this, it's just a piece of art. Don't be so dramatic. Because it's always definitely interesting. Oh, okay. Aha, I found it. Cool. So now I can see comments. Comment below if you agree with me, disagree with me, think I'm being silly, or if you are a social media artist. And I think I have one more picture up of his. I keep looking the wrong way because it feels weird to be on this side. Maybe. Yes, so this was the other one, his space series that I was talking about, where he did a lot of astronauts in strange places. He's done astronauts looking off a cliff into space. He's done looking out into a window. This was really cool. This is the first one of his I saw. That is an astronaut in a sunflower field. It's very surreal, which is something that really drew me to Tankage first. You can see the sunflowers, you can see the bumblebees, or I think they're bees, might be wasps, I'm not a bug person. I think they're bees flying around, the clouds, the mountains in the background. It's one of those things where it feels like an alien planet. It feels like if I was playing a video game and my character went to space and landed on an alien planet, this is what it would be. But it's still so Earth. It's still recognizable. It's sunflowers, it's bees, it's mountains and clouds. It looks like a sunset. It's very obviously an astronaut. So it gives, again, to me, artist subjective, a feeling of on the planet, on maybe we're not the natives here. Maybe we're, on Earth, not countries. I'm not getting into that. But maybe we're not the natives on Earth, the animals, the bees, sunflowers, and we're the aliens coming down. And I don't know, it's a really cool thought process that I went through when I first saw this, of how strange it is that you can think of going to an alien planet and it being exactly like ours, but also us going, or someone else coming to our planet. Because this person is a human, if this person is a Martian, or if this person's just a surrealist. I don't know. This to me is very Dali. It's very abstract, surreal, and it just really speaks to me of our place on this planet. And again, it really hit me hard because I've seen this one much before COVID-19, but this one especially now speaks to me of our place on the planet and what we're doing to the planet. Of right now, if someone came to the planet, an alien, whatever, this isn't what they would see. They would see pollution, they would see destruction, they would see people refusing to stay inside, going out, getting sick. Whereas this is what they could see. This is a surrealist version. I keep going the wrong way. This is a surrealist version of what the Earth could have been. I don't know. It's very cool. And I think that's the last one that we have up. But something else I wanted to say about art in general is, I keep saying it over and over again, art in general is such an important thing. It brings people together. It keeps people together. But it makes you feel things. And again, you might be like me, where before this, you didn't really feel anything when you looked at art. You're like, haha, that's a funny picture. Oh yeah, I guess that's pretty. But when you find one of those artists that really hits home for you and makes you understand, of like, oh wait, I understand, I get that, I get what you're trying to say. And I have another artist coming up next week who gave me permission to promote his stuff that I would like to give a little teaser of. If you look on Instagram as Colin Christian, I will say he is a little controversial with a lot of his things. I love his art and I love him as a person. I have messaged him quite a few times. He's an amazing person. But if you don't like controversy, next week I'm going to show a lot. Oh, your host Ted. I love that. I'm going to be showing a lot of his less controversial art next week. So a small sneak peek, go look him up on Instagram. But definitely go look up Alexander McWhirter, Tankuss, art on Twitter. He is an amazing artist. There's some of the stuff that I couldn't get a lot of pictures on here because, I didn't want to overload all of it. I think this was enough. But he's doing a really awesome black and white series. He has a few rainbow series. He has one called Wonderland, where it's a girl who looks like Alice in Wonderland in a poppy field. She's crying rainbows with a rainbow behind her. It is absolutely beautiful. He has so many. He has one that's an eye with vortexes and eyeballs coming out of it. You have to look at his stuff and actually sit there and feel what it makes you feel. Go back to his space series. That was my absolute favorite when he was doing all of the astronauts. He's also super great at promoting his fellow visual artists. He is always posting other Photoshop artists to get their names out there. If you are a social media artist, definitely reach out to me, comment below, message 2020 Vision on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to get your art out there, because this is something that throughout history, art has been what brought people out of depression. During the Renaissance, the medieval times, during old Byzantine times, whatever art you do, even if you don't think it's the most amazing thing you can do, it's going to help people, because the effort that you put into it will translate to people. And it can help bring people out of the dark into, oh, this is what it can be. This is what I can feel and what I can do. And it'll help inspire other people to start art too. Even if you feel you're not ready to sell it, at least get it out there. Message 2020 Vision on Instagram, comment down here, message me personally. I think I'm tagged somewhere on the Facebook. Let's get your art out there. But as I see a few minutes left. I hope you guys enjoyed the little art segment I have today. If you have any other ideas for segments you'd like me to just ramble on about, let me know. And as my last reminder, please stay safe inside. I know it stinks. You can see my candle collection is growing because I have nothing else to do besides go through my old candles. But stay inside. It's so important. I believe Dawn and Freddie were saying that we might have a full face cover where you have to wear a full mask. We have so many amazing seamsters and seamstresses out there who are helping to make masks. If you need a mask, please contact us. We will try and get you in contact with someone making them. If not, stay safe, you guys. Please stop going out as much as you can. We have things like Instacart and Shipped that'll help you stay inside. If you need a prescription, try and find someone who has a mask and gloves to get it for you. They don't always deliver prescriptions. I had that issue the other day. But do the best you can. Be vigilant. And let's be nice to each other. I've seen so many videos of people being really awful because everyone's stressed out about the virus and no one wants to wait in these long drive-through lines that every single person has to go through to get their food and their drinks. Be nice to each other. I know everyone's in a rush. Everyone has to wait in the lines. Everyone's stressed out. Think about your fellow man. And have a really great day, you guys. And I will hopefully see you next week with another artist. And I'll see you guys later.